were there.
Murder, suicide and dark figures await the most haunted team in Cornwall.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. Deep in a valley in Cornwall lies the Wellington Hotel. It's been a scene of murder, suicide and great sadness. With such a history, we just had to come and investigate.
Originally, the Wellington Hotel was a 17th century coaching inn that serviced the Boscastle to Bude Coach Road. It wasn't until the death of the Duke of Wellington that it became the Scots Wellington Hotel. Then eventually, the Scots was dropped and it became known as the Wellington. Many lords, ladies and famous people have stayed here over the years, including Thomas Hardy and Guy Gibson, who was the leader of the Dam Busters. Some guests love staying so much that their ghosts are still said to roam here.
Here we have a reputedly very haunted building. Most hotels have a haunted bedroom. This hotel has got at least 4 haunted bedrooms. Room 9, room 10, room 23, room 21. Why so many things have gone in these rooms, nobody knows.
The ghost of an old lady is supposed to haunt most of the rooms on this particular floor. Now, she's been witnessed many times walking through this door without even opening it.
The first experience I had was of an old lady walking on the landing because I got lost and she showed me the way. And then after that, 3 or 4 other ghosts started to appear.
The ghost of a little boy has been seen walking up and down this corridor, which runs next to the cellar. The story goes the little boy was trying to save his friend from drowning in the river that runs directly beneath where I'm standing. As well as an evil presence, dark shapes have been seen throughout this cellar. Is it the spirit of a young man who killed himself, or the tortured soul of a murder victim?
There is, of course, also your classic poltergeist activity here in the building. On many occasions here, people hear furniture being dragged across the floor, bumps, bangs, scrapings. People get up, wander about, but of course there's never anything out of place. This happens most of all in the dining room, nearly every night.
We've had a number of residents go to the reception in the morning and complain that they've heard furniture being dragged in the middle of the night and early hours of the morning. Even the staff have said, that they've heard it as well.
The image of a tall, ponytailed man wearing a ruffled shirt and a frock coat has been seen on a regular basis along this corridor by staff members. But who is he?
There are many ghost stories here. Why so many things have happened in these rooms, nobody knows. But perhaps, after tonight, we'll all know.
Phil Wyman, our paranormal investigator, had spent some time at the location doing a baseline test. Phil had collected all readings, read maps to get to know the layout of the building, and researched the supposed ghost stories. With all the information collected, Phil could prepare himself and the rest of the team for a long night ahead.
This place, the Wellington Hotel, it's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? And it's got a great history. Lots of things have happened here.
It's got a fantastic history, but that doesn't automatically make it haunted, so we always remember that.
Now, what about the woods? Because that's supposed to have a lot of ghosts
The
around.
woods are supposed to be quite haunted. There's this particular area near the stream which is supposedly haunted by Emma, which is Thomas Hardy's wife. Legend goes that she dropped a goblet into the water there and it got swept away, and she's been looking for it ever since.
So we'll go out there and get lost?
We'll go out there, get lost, and no doubt you'll be worse for wear later on.
Yeah, there's 10 acres apparently.
10 acres, yes, and watch your footing. You don't want to end up in a stream.
The Wellington Hotel was a warm, friendly place that didn't seem frightening at all. As the day came to an end, we prepared ourselves for a long night. Derek Okora, a spiritualist medium, had arrived, and we were keen to find out what he would unearth regarding this quaint old hotel that was supposed to be haunted. We were now ready to begin our hunt for the ghosts of the Wellington Hotel. Derek had been in the building for a short amount of time, and straight away he wanted to go to the upper floor where the bedrooms are located. It wasn't long before he picked up on the spirits of two ladies that like to walk the corridors and various rooms. The ghost of a maid has been seen regularly and disappearing through door 9. This is where Derek had brought us to.
I feel that this spirit lady doesn't necessarily need the door to be opened. She comes out, she looks along this passageway. She's walked this passageway so often for a long time, and then she looks with a purposeful way as she goes from here through that door.
Is this the young lady?
The young lady.
The old lady?
No, two of them in actual fact, but I feel the, can I use these words? The younger lady walks certain passageways and the older lady walks certain passageways.
Do they know each other? Are they connected?
From different era.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but they know each other as being spirit presence.
Ooh, this is a horrible room.
And it's freezing, have you noticed?
Freezing cold.
Now this is where she does end up. So I feel that her last thoughts of walking the passageways, she ends up in this room. So anyone that would sleep in this room, or even the other room we've come from, okay, would most definitely be disturbed. Would, in actual fact, the way the energies are, I would say this lady would be seen. There's no two ways about it. She would not only be seen, she'd be heard. Right.
What have you seen?
Okay.
Tell me what you've seen.
The older lady did not lose her life. Thank you, Sam. The way the young lady lost her life. The young lady lost her life. Oh, wow. Like I said to you before, Phil, there are so many mixed energies that I'm going from the older lady to the younger lady. I'd say the younger lady in view would be more like a maid.
Right.
A maid. She was in service. And I feel with her, okay, I want to talk about two young ladies that have got energy in this building here. One, most definitely, would have lost her life. Don't know how I can put it, is if strangulation.
Oh.
And another young lady would have lost her life. I feel she would have committed suicide.
Really?
Yes.
That's the maid?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I seem to be falling with this one. As if she threw herself off something. It's like as if she'd made her mind up and off she toppled.
On this building, do you feel?
I feel it's connected to this building, yeah.
With haunted corridors and rooms to investigate, we had all night to see if we would experience any kind of paranormal activity at the Wellington Hotel. The Wellington Hotel had plenty of ghost stories and ghost sightings. Our medium, Derek Okora, had already picked up on 2 of the spirits. Would he be able to contact any more?
I'm getting this now. I'm getting a man who would, in height, I'm getting this now psychically, in height would stand probably, when he was in the physical life, would stand about 5'6", 5'7". In view, I get this man's got his hair, quite long hair, tied back like a ponytail. I'm getting this like the only way I can describe it, frock coat. I'm getting these like boots and the things, and I know he was linked to the lovely old lady, and yet it's like, you know, a person I worked with horses round, coach.
Oh, right.
Okay, and I feel a bit of a gruff fella, a gruff.
Is he active here?
Yes.
How many active souls are there here?
Well, just mindset, I feel is probably about, when I was just linking in before, probably about 8 or 9.
Active souls?
Yeah, active, but not grounded.
Not permanently.
No, I feel there's only a couple. I feel there's a couple that are grounded here.
Yeah.
But I feel the one that is grounded, the one I just tried to describe what I was getting, we'd go to the lower part of this building, okay?
Right.
Not up here.
And you're saying he's gruff? Are you saying
Yeah.
he's not very nice?
He's naughty.
Is he?
He's a person that would, how can I put it? He'd be lacking in tolerance, this one. And if you were to walk past him, he'd out the way.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And he's down there, somewhere, down below. And with him, he does not venture up here. But because I'm, you know, trying my best to have the mindset open, I'm getting all these different mixtures. So as we go lower, we can maybe separate them
Yeah.
and find out who,
Well,
and maybe get the
let's
names.
walk on.
This passageway here would absolutely have movement up here, and you know the movement would be of fear.
Oh.
Fear.
Why?
It comes from the lower levels up here at times, as if he's running to get away. And
Who's running to
this
get away?
boy,
A boy?
a little boy.
Oh, right.
And he's running to get away.
Right.
He's running to get away. It's like as if he doesn't belong up here, but he comes up here, and I wouldn't be at all surprised with audibly noises, you know, at the feet. And it's because of the little boy. And he's in fear. Even though he's in his spirit body, he's in fear.
So who's he fearful of?
This gruff soul, this man.
This fellow with the rough
Yeah.
and the boots and
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely. And even presently to this day. Now, these two are active here.
How old would you say the boy was?
Oh, he wouldn't be, this boy wouldn't be any older than 5 or 6.
Oh, little.
5 or 6. And sweet-natured child. And he would, he's in fear, even to this present day.
Is he grounded, did you say?
Yeah.
He is grounded?
Yeah. So, whatever way, maybe we'll find out how he's lost his life. Whatever way, it was not natural.
It wasn't natural?
I don't feel so, no.
So you feel he was murdered?
Yes. I want to say that feeling of which I was receiving earlier on of the passageways all belong to this area, and it's like as if the feeling of hopelessness, okay, belongs here. The feeling of shock and the feeling of not expecting this to happen to, and I feel there's 2 separate issues. There's 2 young ladies, spirit people, one who lost her life through doing it herself.
Throwing himself off the top.
And the other, I feel it's like as if a ligature or something round my throat, okay? And as if this person's been strangled, lost their life this way. And also, a nasty tinge of not so much secrecy, but it's like saying this, the person who actually did this horrible deed, okay, I don't know, it's like a person being blamed and the wrong person.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I feel the person that covered up, it's like a covering up.
What was that? I was just sorry to interrupt you.
There's a noise in there.
Yeah, it's very strange because the noise actually seemed to be coming from this bathroom, and yet I completely ignored what was happening, thinking, oh, it must be someone in another room. But you were here, Carl. It came from there, didn't it?
It came from here. I thought it was you in the bathroom.
Yeah, in fact, Tom turned and looked at me as if to say, why are you making that noise? Didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I thought
And
it
yet
was,
I'm just
it was
standing
like
here.
a click, click.
Yeah, oh, it was as if someone was in there, but I just accepted it.
I mean, there's no one in there.
No, of course not. And there's nothing happened, there's nothing fallen off or anything like that.
No, that's
That is very, very strange.
Yeah. I'm a great believer, as we've been doing the investigations, Carl, is that whenever we're talking and talking about maybe situations, issues that have happened in different locations, spirit people do, if we're cute enough, if we're quick enough, if we're to pick up the responses
Yeah.
And they come in noises.
Well, normally when we're doing these things and we're all together and we're walking
Yeah.
around, things do start to happen, don't they?
Yes.
Out of the floors that we've been onto, and the corridors and the bedrooms that we've been to in this particular room, which place so far, and we haven't been to the whole place, would you say is most active?
Well, I feel this here, at times, would be active, but you know, going down to the lower floors, I feel at times is more active than anywhere else.
Right.
Even though up these upper passageways.
Maybe we could try with our night vision cameras and go there.
I'd love to
That'd
do
probably be
that.
quite a good idea.
I'd love to do
Let's
that.
go and have a break, and then we'll
Okay.
get our night vision cameras ready. Yeah.
Okay.
With no lights in the building and only our night vision cameras to guide us, we made our way down into the cellar where the ghost of a little boy has been seen.
Now, this atmosphere, as we've come down here now, it seems as if I'm getting what we call a very, very non-temperate spirit person who would find himself a male, masculine man around this area quite often, and he would most definitely not be able to show what we call a permanent, balanced tolerance in his nature. A person that would get angry, 9 times out of 10 would be more angry than placid. And I feel when he was in the physical body, he was like this. And he hasn't changed one iota since leaving the physical.
Is this the gruff person
Yes,
you were talking
absolutely.
about earlier on?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that he would spend a great deal of time around this area on this ground floor.
What did he do?
I feel that he most definitely had some kind of connection. You know, as we have like the hotel area now as it is, I feel he was down this area, okay? And I feel it would have been, because I'm transported from this like cellar thing here to, you know, where we'd have horses and things, like a barn type thing, you know? And I feel that his ratio of work, he was like the boss around that area.
Right, okay.
He was the controller of other men, workers and what have you. And, you know, it's sad, this little boy, this little boy's atmosphere is also in this area equally as much as this man. And this little boy, even though he's a spirit boy, he would most definitely be still in fear, retracing his steps.
Why was he so fearful of him?
This is what I've been asking just prior to coming down here to, you know, unveil to me why this fear is with this boy. I just feel that there's cruelty, some form of cruelty that was dished out, that was, and, you know, kicked about like, you know, you've heard me, all of us saying to him, treating a person like an animal, you know, and lashing out and stuff like this. And so I feel he would have been under the that vengeful eye of this man, and at any given time, this little boy would have, he'd been walloped and knocked out the way. And
What connection is the little boy to do with the hotel? Do you know?
you see, I feel also with this little boy. You see, I'm asking Sam as well to give me a picture, even if it's a mental picture, of why this little boy was here. I'm also feeling that as if away from here, in my mind's eye, okay? What is being given is, and I've got to say this very carefully the way Sam wants me to, there would be a connection, or a supposedly connection, with this area and away with land where there's a stream, where there's water. They would wish to take us to that area, then to uncover what is truth and what is not.
So we've got to go to an area where a stream is.
Well, I feel that's the only way we're going to get the
connection.
Yeah, because the energies are going from here to there.
Right, okay, all right.
Now,
do you want to do that now?
Well, why? Well, if you're okay, why not?
Okay, that's fine.
You know,
I don't mind getting wet and cold, horrible.
Well, I don't mean to put you through this, you know that,
I'm
but
joking.
but
Not really.
I feel that you know, there could be a very, very, very strong connection. Otherwise, they wouldn't relate the two together.
Okay. Well, we'll go over there then, shall we?
Can we?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to lead the way?
Yeah.
So far, all was calm and quiet, but would all that change as we made our way into the haunted woods? Derek was convinced that the connection lay outside in the woods near some water. It was cold, windy, and with no lights, walking in haunted woods did not fill me with happiness. I was very edgy and wasn't pleased at all when Simon, one of our cameramen, played a trick on me.
Oh, right, shut up, Phil. That wasn't funny, Simon.
Keep it up, guys.
I didn't mean to scare you half to death. It was only a joke.
Don't go too close. Don't go too close.
Funny. Here we are, Derek, after a lot of slipping and sliding. Does anything come to mind straight away, or do you want a while to kind of think about?
Well, since we've come very close to the water, to this level from that steep hill, so to speak, coming down, what I have become aware of, or what seemingly has been open for me, the strong psychic inclinations were to get up here and get close to the water. And I feel that the connection is that a person's life would have been taken, lost, and would have been linked very, very closely to this area in connection with that inn.
Right.
In actual fact, I feel that this person would have been found in this area, but would have lost their life not here,
Right.
was brought here.
So they were killed, what, away from the water? They were killed away from the water or lost their lives
I believe
away from
so,
the water?
yes. And for some reason, were brought here.
Is this a male or female presence?
Okay, this is the way it's been given to me now. There were two that lost their lives, one masculine, one female. One would have lost their life actually in and around that area of the inn. The other was, I feel, lost their life closer here and was found here.
Right.
Two separates. Two separates, okay? Now, I don't know why, but I feel one, this is, oh, look at this, that's better, Sam. Takes its time, I know, but what they put into mind, right, they take me to the dates of 1914 leading up to 1939, okay, with something to do with one of these deaths around that time.
So you've explained really about the two, the murders and
Yes.
how one body was actually found here, but
Yeah.
they were both basically murdered away from here.
I feel they were, yes.
And one of the bodies was found here.
Yes,
Right, okay.
absolutely.
We had a hotel and woods to investigate. To do this properly, we would have to split up into groups. I had decided to take Wendy, Derek and Tom to the upstairs corridors near room 9, where the ghost of a maid has been seen on a regular basis.
We're looking at room number 9. The door is closed. Please, could you try and do something? Could you try and open it? Could you do something? Please. Show us a sign. Show us some spirit lights. Try and move the curtains. Oh, nice orb.
Nice one, come there.
Nice one come there. See, if I was a ghost, if I was a spirit person,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and I knew that two people were desperate to try and have a bit of communication,
Yeah.
I would go for it.
Well, personally, so would I. So would Ivy. Because there's nothing for that individual spirit person to lose. And maybe seemingly there's nothing really they can gain. But personality traits. Get it? Hear the door?
Is that
Oh, there could be them opening.
Oh,
Okay.
phew. You got us
right,
all
just
excited
get
then.
us excited then.
You coming out?
After being joined by Wendy and Tom, we all decided to sit quietly further down the haunted corridor.
I'm just pointing at the corridor. I'm so wishing something would just show up. Or a nice big light, or haze, or anything. Come on, make a noise. Open a door, bang something. Please. Come on, do anything at all. What's that? Did you hear that?
That was my tummy just moving.
No. Like a footstep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard.
Yeah, someone walking.
I thought it was somebody walking like somebody outside, or...
What's that? What's that? Sometimes you find this whole thing so frustrating.
I know.
You really, really do. I've got some really good things on camera, but sometimes you just think, come on, I want some more, I want some more. And when you look back, when we first started the programme, you know, the tiniest little light anomaly would send us into complete spasms of joy. And now, because we're used to it, we're kind of like, we want more, we want more, we want more. You know, we're never satisfied with what we've got.
But it's frustrating when you get these stories from witnesses that have seen something, spoken to.
What was that?
That was my foot. No, it's okay. No, but the thing is...
Was it really? It sounded like a crash.
It sounded like a bloody growl to me, like a...
No, hush.
I heard a noise from there just then.
What did you hear?
Like
A little knock.
yeah.
Did you?
I heard that too. I thought it was like a... It was like, well...
A knock and then a very faint knock.
You both heard that?
Yeah.
From
I
up
said I
there?
thought maybe it was-
Shh, shh.
I heard that.
Tell me what you just heard, Wendy.
I heard the door go 3 times.
What did you hear, Tom?
I heard what I thought sounded like a door latch or something, or something like a door being opened or closed. I only heard it once.
I don't know about you guys, but have you felt across your legs or around your body how cool it's gone?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There's a real drop
Yeah.
coming down here now.
There is. It's really,
As if
really
somebody's
gone
opened
cool.
the door.
Yeah.
Kath and Suzanne were in the Thomas Hardy room, where already Kath had seen one of the lamps vibrate of its own accord.
The others are moving now, slightly over there. They were moving, but that's because I walked over, Kath. You know.
Yes, but Suzanne, when I was walking in, I heard the vibration of something rattling.
Did you?
Yeah.
But does that not prove that when you walk?
But this was like that kind of a rattle.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Quite strong.
But when I came in, and I sort of cottoned on to what they were doing, and I was like, oh, and I actually saw it moving. Unless it's all in my mind.
If there are any spirit entities around with us in this room that are here with Kath and I, please make yourself known to us. We really want you to get in touch with us, and we just want to be your friend and just want to know that you're with us. What was that? You couldn't miss it. Is it outside? It's outside. Is it outside? Did you hear the walking? I heard something.
Maybe the girls had heard the lamp. It was so dark that they were unable to see what the locked-off night vision camera had caught. The lamp seems to be moving on its own, and because the room was so dark, Suzanne and Kath don't notice it. The hotel is positioned in a quiet area, away from any main roads. This footage was shot in the early hours of the morning, when no one was about, apart from the crew.
If that was you giving us a sign to give us a noise, whoever you are, make yourself known, please. They know that sign. No, I can't. Is that like a shove? What did you hear? It's really, really strange. It's like somebody's in here with us. I feel that. I do feel like somebody's here with us, and it's just a feeling I've got.
At 4 a.m, we decided to join Kath and Suzanne in the Thomas Hardy room to conduct a séance. Ian Lawman, also a medium, specialises in séances, and I wanted to see if he could establish a link with any of the supposed spirits that haunt this building.
Now you can open your eyes now. The spirit is in the room. The spirit doesn't want to talk to me. It wants to talk to somebody in here. I know somebody's got the energy in here now.
Should we keep? What should we do?
Just keep linking arms. I've got children here. And I've got Elizabeth. Elizabeth is looking for a mummy. And she's saying, Elizabeth Marks, I need my mummy. My mummy's gone.
I'm going very cold quickly.
Okay, it's sadness. The room's getting very heavy.
My heart is racing.
She's getting very frustrated.
How old is she?
She's about 4 or 5.
Oh, bless her.
Where is her mother? I don't know. But I can also see a gentleman with a rope round his neck swinging. There's a very unpleasant gentleman coming. It's going to make the room very heavy. He'll feel it shortly. He's coming. Very strict voice. What are you doing here? This is my daughter.
Whilst we were conducting our séance, Stuart and Rick had decided to go back into the woods. They felt it was an area that had to be investigated, especially after what Derek had picked up regarding the bodies found near the water.
I think the further we get into this woodland...
We're already 15 minutes into it.
I think the worse it's going to be, actually, because I'm actually getting quite scared now.
Alone in haunted woods, would Rick and Stuart be able to cope, or would they run?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
We had decided to hold a séance in the Thomas Hardy room with medium Ian Lawman. Many guests had seen ghostly images and heard strange noises. So far, Ian Lawman had connected with a young spirit by the name of Elizabeth. It was interesting that this supposed spirit wanted to communicate not just through him, but also through one of our crew members.
Who wants to cry?
Who in the circle, you mean?
Yeah.
Anybody want to cry?
How do you feel, Simon?
He's actually crying.
He's crying.
Okay. She's coming closer to you.
Right.
Let her come. You're going to feel very lightheaded, Simon, okay? Where do you come from, Elizabeth? She's talking to you, Simon.
I can't make it out.
Tell me what you can see, or what she's trying to tell you.
Something beginning with B.
Okay. Just try and work it out. You've got to understand that she's very young.
I know she's got blonde hair.
Okay.
Sort of blondie reddish hair.
And why is she here?
She's upset.
And why is she upset?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
What's up, what have you heard?
Bit of rustling, man. Mate, why am I going first?
Well, you're going to hear rustling, man. You're in a wood, you prat.
Yeah, good point, good point. It's over there, it's over there. Stu, get me, man. Is it round near me? Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I've got something. Fuck off, come here.
Well, you've not... Where?
I'm telling you. No, Stu, I'm not joking.
Where?
Go back to back. You didn't see anything?
No, I heard something up there, but I didn't... I thought that might have been the wind with the... Well, it would have been the wind with the brambles, I think.
No, mate. So, yeah, mate, sorry, I got a look.
No, wind it back. What have you got?
Play.
Show me again. I can't see it. Where?
There.
Oh, fucking hell, Rick.
Shh, shh, shh.
Rick, fuck off. Let's get out of here, man.
I'm not going that way. Mate, I don't want to...
Is there anybody there?
Mate, I'm really freaking out here now, Stu. I'm not standing that side.
Rick and Stuart were convinced that they had seen something in the bushes. When we look at the footage, you can definitely see something moving. We are not convinced that this is anything paranormal. It is more likely to be either a branch or plastic bag, or simply someone playing a prank. Every crew member was accounted for, so this footage does remain a mystery.
Mate, no, it was probably a leaf. It was probably a bush.
No. There was some... I don't know what it was. It was an outline of something.
Are any of the other groups in there?
No, it's just us. Hello?
Maybe I'm overacting. Maybe I'm not.
Hello, is there anybody there?
Can't stand this way.
Hello? If that's you out there playing a prank.
Yeah, go on, guys.
This is scary stuff, this. I don't mind saying so. We're going deeper now. We're actually going further in to the woodland itself now.
Stu. Jesus. Slow up, man. I can't see. Jack. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Rick, stop screaming like a girl. You're embarrassing me.
Sorry.
What was it then? Was it a bird or something? No, I did hear something over there.
Mate, come on now.
Like someone was walking through the bushes, you know?
I am petrified.
We'll go a bit more and then we're coming back. Because I'm not staying out here another minute longer than I have to.
Oh, so you believe now?
Well, I don't know, I'm just scared now. There's too much going on, mate, for my liking. Rick!
What?
It's up there.
What?
Hang on.
I've not got my camera on.
Get your camera on now. I just fucking heard something up there now. Walking up the side of that ledge there.
Hold on.
Well, we've just switched the cameras off, literally 5 minutes ago. We're walking back. I'm walking down here, you're back up there. And what I've heard, and I'll stake my life on this, as though someone was walking through all the foliage up that hill there, 'cause that's a hill up there.
Well, mate, we can't get up there.
Well, that path up near where the bench is. Yeah.
Well, back up there?
Yeah, we've got to go. Yeah, that's the only way back to it, because you can't climb up there. Someone was walking up there, because all you could hear was that, if you like, that sound as though someone's walking through it. That snapping sound. And that was up there. But I tell you what, if you think for one moment I'm going back up there to go up there, you can forget it. It's not happening. You can.
The woods had proven too frightening for Rick and Stuart, and they came back convinced that someone or something was in the woods with them. Meanwhile, back in the Thomas Hardy room, we were all convinced that someone was trying to contact us.
Can we talk to the father, or is it not wise? I can contact the father. I'll try and contact him for you. Well, it's quite a common name, but I just want to say my name's Joseph. I'm asking you, Joseph, or Elizabeth, to give us a sign that you're within this circle.
I heard that.
What was that?
The bang that sort of came from behind you.
I thought it came from like that.
It sounds like it came from underneath.
Yeah, underneath
Really?
you,
Yeah.
like a little flick.
Yeah.
I thought it came from behind Richard. Sounds like it's in the walls.
I was thinking that.
Okay.
I don't feel anything now.
Okay.
I felt really calm.
Feels that she's at peace.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I felt really
Yeah, she's
anxious to start with.
I feel like we've helped her.
Oh, that's really nice.
I just feel that the room feels a lot lighter.
I don't feel that heavy feeling anymore.
Yeah.
I felt hot and heavy and feel fine.
We had all decided to call it a night and had all retired for a well-deserved rest. Phil, on the other hand, had ventured into the woods on his own to try to see if he would experience some kind of paranormal activity.
Don't like this sort of thing. It's like every little noise is really dead loud. And you know what it is. Oh, I don't like it. We'll walk a bit further forward, down here. Bloody talk. No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop. Calm down, calm down. Calm down. Sake. I'll walk a bit further and I'll stop again and have a look around. See if there's anything I can see. I'm sure I can hear something behind me.
The woods had had the same effect on Phil. Again, he was sure someone was following him. I'm positive it will be a long time before Phil ventures into haunted woods on his own again. Our night at the Wellington had had its highs and lows. Many hours were spent just sitting and waiting for something to happen. We did, however, catch the lamp moving on its own, a light anomaly and strange noises during the séance. But does this mean that the Wellington Hotel is haunted, or does it just have good ghost stories?
I'm sure there are ghosts. I know there are ghosts here. I've spoken to other people that have experienced things here, but for some strange reason, while we were here, I don't know, they just seem to be out. We've had a fantastic time, took part in a very good séance. I've enjoyed the place immensely, but I ain't seen any ghosts.
If the spirit people don't want to show themselves, we can't force them.
I think the highlight for me during the night was Ian Lawman and the séance that he conducted with us. Strange things happened there, most significantly the fact that Simon, just as Ian was saying, is anybody feeling teary, anybody feeling emotional, I turned round and Simon had tears running down his face. Now, he doesn't seem the kind of chap that would do that, and it's a bit puzzling why that actually happened.
How do you feel, Simon?
He's actually crying, to be honest.
Okay.
In the séance, we're seeing something on this occasion which we've not seen before. It's usually the medium who apparently is communicating with the deceased person or the spirit, wherever it might be. But on this occasion, it's actually one of the crew. It's Simon, the cameraman. And it's affecting him so much, he's actually crying. He's obviously very, very emotional about it.
She's upset.
Well, why is she upset?
The most likely explanation, though, for the experience that Simon's having is probably psychological. He's obviously so involved in the moment, he's really caught up with the situation, and that's affecting him, so nothing paranormal there.
It's really, really strange. It's like somebody's in here with us.
I feel that.
I do feel like somebody.
The footage of the lamp shaking appears to be very impressive, and the only normal explanation I can think of that is that maybe something else in the building, or even outside of the building, is causing the very slight vibrations and making the lamp shake. And it wouldn't take much to make it shake like that.
But this was like that kind of a rattle.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Quite strong.
But when it
What
came
sounds
in,
even more impressive is what Kath saw. She says she saw the lamp move quite violently, which of course wouldn't be explained by just simple vibrations. It's just a shame she didn't capture that on film.
Is the Wellington Hotel haunted? Well, after last night, you decide. Until the next time, sleep tight.
I'm going to have serious words with Sam. I really am over this.